Hi guys. It's been a second since I made a video playing with one of my toys, and I'm all moved into this new place, and it's really cute, and everything is finally settled. And so I wrote up some notes for playing with another toy, and yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So this is Diaclone Burnout. She's a girl, first of all, in canon, and she comes from the Diaclone universe, which they've kind of retconned as like sort of part of the Transformers universe. But really this is just a retooled version of the Skids mold from Legacy. And it's been used a few times, but honestly this one kind of takes the cake for me. I think this is my favorite out of all the Skids mold toys. So I'm going to start with her in her car mode because it's a Honda City Turbo, adjacent, not exactly copyright infringement free, with a lovely black paint job and some really nice paint apps, I think. Really smart paint apps. So I guess first off, the thing that kind of strikes is this front here. The grille is really nice, and I like the headlights. The yellow is really beautiful. The grille is also, it's like got a nice texture to it. Same with the headlights. Like there's a good amount of ridges. And kind of moving to the side, you can see some more. The silver has kind of got a nice sheen to it. I always love metallic paint on toys. And then going to the back, just the taillights are painted, nothing crazy. Something that kind of I like that I rarely see is if you see the gas cap, like on the gas cap cutout, the paint kind of like gets like scratched away, and so it leaves a dark line in the around the gas cap, and it gives it kind of a nice like realism aspect. And same kind of with the bottom of the door handles too. So I just like that. The transparent blue plastic makes up the whole front piece of the car here, as well as the doors. And we'll talk more about that later. But I think it's a really cute car mode. I think it's like super, like I like the boxiness of it. Some people have talked about how the back is kind of barren, but honestly, I think the taillights in that red sort of break it up. The one thing that does kind of suck, and this is most newer Transformers anyways, that the wheels are kind of ugly. Honestly, the wheels look really ugly. The back ones roll pretty well. Like they have a good spin to them. But the front wheels, very dissatisfying. And this is part of the transformation scheme, so I'll talk more about that later. But for now, we're just looking at the car. Something cool is the undercarriage like it's kind of nice detail as well. There's even, I don't know if you can see, but there's little exhaust pipes inside of the wheel wells. I think that's a really nice touch, as well as stuff on the bottom of the feet. Something that can be a little bit weird is that, yes, the door's open, which is beautiful. I love when doors open on Transformers cars. But the front of the windshield right here, and then kind of the corners of the doors, it can be a little finicky to get them all tabbed in properly. But it's exceptionally clean, I think. This is like there's nothing wrong with this car. And there's nothing that makes me go, wow, this car is ugly. Some 5mm ports on each side, and one on the top. So let's get her transformed, and we'll talk about the rest of her. Obviously it starts with the doors opening, which is a top 10 way to start a transformation. Maybe top 5 even. But yeah, open the doors. You can flip down the legs, which is very old school. The arms will come up, and you can swing them out. And that gives you room to tab in the chest. The hips will kind of extend out, and then you just rotate the shoulders and arms around. So, right off the bat, the thing that strikes me first is the head sculpt. On the skids mold, it's got this square back, and that fits into the hood of the car. And on the original, he has like a face, but she has a faceplate, and it's kind of like Optimus Prime's faceplate. And I think that it gives the square part of the head a little more context. And to be honest, it looks like better than like Motormaster's head or something like that, and everyone's okay with that. So I think that complaining about it being a square is a little bit disingenuous, but that's just me, maybe. Her proportions are kind of stubby, and again, with a character like Skids, that's maybe like a downside. But she's not Skids. Skids is kind of more like lanky and like taller. But for her, she's not a pre-existing character like that. She's kind of her own thing, and I think that this proportion works like really well for her. Look at her boots. Like, this is my favorite type of skinny thigh and huge boots. Oh, I missed a step. Oh my god. The wheels flip down under the feet. I forget this every single time. I love her doors. I think doors behind the shoulders is like a top design motif for me. And I think it's coming from the 2007 movie Bumblebee. But just think door wings are really cute. And I have a weakness for Transformers that do the door wing. This kibble on her back can technically down like that, but it looks a lot more secure and clean with it down. The front of her shins are gray, which is, I think, yeah, it's a different gray than the bumper, because the bumper is painted. These are just bare plastic. But it looks nice. It breaks up the black, I think, really well. And obviously the red on the feet and her crotch, on her groin, on her privates. Something that does kind of bother me is these shoulders. They're a little bit... They could have added a notch or something, because they don't quite stay in their position, especially when I'm trying to like play with them. Which is cool because you can get some dynamic poses, but I wish there was a little bit of a détente for the hinge to go into. Something that I guess people have mentioned is the legs being hollow, as well as the thighs. But if I'm being honest, like, this is black plastic, and it kind of doesn't matter if there's a gap because it doesn't look as ugly. She's got wrist swivel, she's got elbow, she's got a swivel at the bicep, the shoulders go in and out like that, and full 360 around. The door's just getting away a little bit. Something that's really nice is this chest, like, tabs in, super secure, which is great because when I'm just kind of fiddling around with her, I don't have the chest popping out and getting all over the place. Yeah, bottom line, I think that she is a super awesome robot. I think she's really pretty, and I want to hang out with her. She looks like she would be a little bit mean, but she would be mean to people that are not friends with her. And so I would feel special because she would like to hang out with me, and she would be mean to the other people that aren't me. And so that would fill me kind of with a sense of purpose and sense of belonging. Something nice is that her ankle tilts don't quite do the broken ankle look. Like, it doesn't look like they've just snapped off the feet. I don't know how intentional that was, but it fills up the space really well. Her bumper and her headlights pop really nicely. Yeah, just a super, for a deluxe, and for the price point of the deluxe, and for the price point of this toy, which you can find really cheap. I think I got this for like $18 or something. All that considered, this is like a stellar toy, and it just feels good. Because it's small like this, it's got some pretty chunky plastic. Like, the boots are like, I don't know, they feel really solid. She's got some accessories, and you can plug them in to the tops of her arms. This is how it is on the G1 skids. on the G1 skids he has the twin electron cannon and a liquid nitrogen rifle. I'm gonna be so real with you. This liquid nitrogen rifle, it's really ugly to me. I think it's super ugly and I don't care for it. The twin electron rifle is cute. I think that's kind of adorable, and it's super short. But yeah, the nitrogen rifle, stupid, and it looks mid and not great. The other gimmick is that her weapons can combine. And this is the Evo Fusion gimmick that they kind of had at the time. And honestly, this is why the gun kind of looks bad, because it needs to make clearance right here to be able to plug in the twin barrel underneath the single barrel. And you can see it when you take everything apart. There's just a lot of clearance there. And so even if she holds this in her hand, it sticks out. It just looks dumb. I just think it looks dumb, and I don't like it. She does come with one more accessory. And this is the clear blue plastic Energon rifle. And it's called an Energon rifle, despite the fact that it looks exactly like an axe. Despite the fact that it looks just like an axe. In the packaging, they have her holding onto it like a gun like this. But I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of stupid like that. And you'll never catch me displaying her in that way. For a while, I just had her with the axe, and I would put the guns away, because I think that this is kind of more to me, this is what she looked like. But when I looked more into the original skids, the G1 skids, I kind of started to notice how it was referenced in this mold. Not even starting to talk about the shoulders, which, if you put them kind of like this, that's closer to how the original G1 toy looked in its promo photography, and I think instructions too. They mistransformed it to where the shoulders were all sunk down. But you can kind of do either with this mold. You can do whichever one you want. And I like it this way with the shoulders up higher, and it doesn't look as weird. But yeah, so this is how she's been for me recently. I love to have her with just her feet kicking out, or taking a big step, or jumping around or something. I don't know. I think she makes for some very dynamic poses because of how big, her feet are, honestly. I think the big feet just, give it some weight to each position. I'm gonna put her back into the car mode, just to, go back through this transformation scheme one more time. Because, if I'm being honest, it's not as fun the other way as it is going from a vehicle to robot mode. So I usually will put the legs together. Get those tapped up. And flip out the wheels. And these little panels down here. You can take the whole front and pop it all up like that. are gonna come up to the top and pop in. And this is kind of like where the roof is gonna tap into. So we're first gonna just get all the arms out of the way. And these have to flip around. There's a little lump on the back. And so the lump will make it to where it won't fit between the doors. So you make sure that's on the inside. And the same on this side. And get everything down in between, in the middle. Then you can just fold the back all the way in and put the doors together. You kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit just to get everything straight. But yeah, that's it, going from robot to car, and so we're all the way back. It took a while for me to kind of be comfortable. I think fitting in the front of the windshield and like where it tabs in right here, and then getting all the doors aligned, it took a while. But once you get that, the rest of it is incredibly easy. There's really no like good way to store the weapons, because either, you know, you have them kind of separated out like that, which looks super goofy, or you have them separated onto these sides, which looks goofy, or you can form the one weapon. And that looks extremely goofy, like the movie. Turn it around, maybe. Kind of have like a rocket ice cream truck look, which is also pretty stupid and bad. So I just don't put those onto the car if I can help it. I'll just throw them in the bottom of the dresser. But that's kind of about it. This is kind of a roll test here. She's got a good enough roll. It makes a noise. And that's all I ask. But I'm just kind of gonna like fiddle with her for a second longer and kind of make some noises, I think. That's really all I had to say though. It's been good to see everyone. Glad to be back. Glad to be in a new apartment. Maybe I'll get some new Transformers soon. I still have a backlog, but I've kind of been itching to spend capitalist money, even though we're watching our tax dollars pay for genocide in real time on our phone screens every day, and kind of not really doing anything about it, as well as watching our tax dollars pay for kidnapping people off the street. And I forgot the wheels again. Yeah, so I don't know, this is just something that kind of is giving me a little bit of joy right now. And it's soothing to sort of just like fiddle around with some plastic, because honestly, things are not going really well right now, and we're all about to have to learn to live with a lot less if we want anything to get better. And I think we do want things to get better. And we can play and we can laugh and have fun. But we also gotta be serious about this shit, because like, this planet is not gonna be livable real soon. Anyways, on that note, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go smoke weed and ride on the train, and it's gonna be awesome. So, Diaclone Burnout, the Skids mold, the Legacy Skids mold, my beautiful wife, we kiss sloppy style, like we push our chests up against one another and like caress each other. It's like really normal things for girls to do. So, that's it. Bye, bye. Bye every pony. Bye every puppy.